It's week 2 of the 2024 season, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Giants and the Commanders, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Commanders Field holds a little more than 80,000, and they have come out in droves here in Landover, Maryland. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I think that everyone is looking forward to seeing Drew Lock take the next step in the quarterback evolutionary process. Decision-making is something that he's working on improving because he's got plenty of arm and makes excellent off-platform throws. What he's seeking now? To be consistent in all of his processes.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Manning. And his pass incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Washington defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Well, this defense for the Commanders is terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now this one thrown away. Will we see a flag? No. I say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want.
And right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Beckham, the return. Little razzle-dazzle by OBJ. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. but I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now Manning. To the sideline and incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now Manning. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Commander's going to retake the field for drive number 2. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Operating from the gun. Ball. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An injury going to pause the game here, and it looks like it's Terry McLaurin who's in some discomfort. Not sure what happened. Hopefully this is nothing major. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Man open, here is Crowder. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Dyami Brown, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's Dyami Brown who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now out come the Giants. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Manning. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Throwing now is Manning. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 18 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get to play action and throw the ball deep later on.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Back to throw. Ball. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Ball. Crowder's got it over the middle. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Giants' 29-yard line.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Patterson's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. New York set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. So here's a 3rd and 14. Manning now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From midfield, here's Manning. And the catch made by Johnson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup for 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Commanders' 44-yard line.
Now Manning again. And this is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. Got a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. To throw is Manning. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. Big yardage that time for Washington. 47 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 27. Operating from the gun. Ball. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
That's caught left side by Sinnott. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ben Sinnott with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders are able to widen their advantage. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll send Beckham in motion right. From the gun, it's Manning. He dumps it off to Barkley. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. In motion, the tight end. To throw, it's Manning. Well, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Back to throw. Ball. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 1 now. On play action. Now Manning. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Here's Manning to throw. Left side, he's got Robinson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. Barkley, inside handoff. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Up the middle with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here is Washington now to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on first down. Throwing to start the drive. Ball. Throw out wide is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Quick slant to Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for our Commanders.
back to throw now on first down. This one caught by Crowder. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw again. This will be caught by Brown. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
And the Washington first down. First and 10 at the
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run with Robinson, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Robinson is in. Touchdown, Commanders.
And you can bet when they were in that huddle, there was definitely some urgency because I'm sure they were saying to each other, we got to push this one in right now so we don't have to run this on 4th down, and there'll be extra bodies in the hole. That's excellent work there at the point of attack. All it takes is one little crease as he fights his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now out come the Giants. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it.
It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And this is how you answer a touchdown on the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
From Commanders territory now, it's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now Manning. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kayvon Thibodeaux, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down. Ball. That one downfield for Dotson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now is Manning. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. One final try now for Manning. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start in the NFC with an intriguing one at AT&T Stadium. New Orleans paying a visit to Dallas. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. Cedric Wilson, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Ball. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Isaiah Simmons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. And possession switching back to the New York Giants. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Manning gonna throw. Quick slant complete to OBJ. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. A handoff to Barkley. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now they'll throw it with Manning. That one taken in by Neighbors. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 30 yards.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
Barkley is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now Manning. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. out as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Robinson with another carry. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That's another Washington.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. And he's got it down to the 28.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 22. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Ball. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Operating from the gun. Ball. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Here's the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Jamin Davis able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
and how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. To throw is Manning. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he had a nifty little deep juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson fighting through. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Ball. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Back to throw. Ball. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Back now at Commanders Field. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Off play action. Ball. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. To throw, it's Manning. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now Manning. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Manning. And that is incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Now Manning, gotta have this one. That is caught. He'll have the first down and then some. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The home team's offense and running back Brian Robinson getting set for this next drive. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. They begin the drive with Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Big play from a big man. Kayvon Thibodeaux off the edge and dropping him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Ball. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Off the play fake. Ball. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Ball. Crowder's got it over the middle. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Ball. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Motion man is Crowder.
That's complete as he goes right back to Crowder. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Giants' 19-yard line.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.